If you're over 60, this message could be the turning point for your prostate health. Every year, more and more older men are struggling with symptoms like frequent urination, difficulty starting or stopping the stream, or waking up multiple times at night just to pee. You might think it's just a part of aging, but that's not the full story. The truth is, your daily habits and the things you do without even thinking may be silently making your prostate worse. As a men's health specialist, I've watched seniors in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s improve their quality of life dramatically just by adjusting a few simple behaviors. But I've also seen men suffer needlessly because no one ever warned them about the damage they were doing to themselves. In this guide, I'm going to walk you through 5 common exercises that could be enlarging your prostate right now, and you may be doing them in good faith, thinking you're staying healthy. Don't worry, this isn't about fear, it's about facts. By the end, you'll know exactly what to stop, what to change, and how to support your prostate naturally. So stay with me. Your health is worth it. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Exercise 1. Cycling too long. At first glance, cycling seems like the perfect activity for seniors. Low impact, heart-friendly, and easy on the joints. But there's a hidden danger lurking under that narrow bike seat, especially for older men. If you're over 60 and you cycle for long stretches without a break, your prostate may be silently suffering, and the consequences could change your daily life in ways you never imagined. 2. The prostate sits just below the bladder, nestled in the pelvic floor. A small, walnut-sized gland with big responsibilities. When you ride a bike, the hard saddle puts direct, sustained pressure on this sensitive area. Unlike walking or swimming, cycling concentrates your entire body weight onto a narrow surface that presses right against the perineum, the region between the anus and the scrotum. And unfortunately, that's exactly where the nerves and blood vessels leading to the prostate live. 3. What does this mean for your health? Over time, prolonged pressure from cycling can reduce blood flow to the prostate, impair nerve signaling, and trigger low-grade inflammation. This inflammation may start silently, a little discomfort after a ride, maybe a bit more urgency when urinating. But as it builds, the gland becomes irritated, inflamed, and enlarged. And that's when the real problems begin. 4. An enlarged prostate, BPH, doesn't just mean more trips to the bathroom. It means struggling to start urinating, standing there for minutes at a time. It means waking up multiple times at night, losing sleep, feeling drained. It means leaking, urgency, discomfort during intimacy, and in some cases, infections or the need for medication, even surgery. 5. And here's what most seniors don't realize. Even 30 to 60 minutes of daily cycling, especially on a traditional seat, is enough to begin this cascade. You may feel strong while riding, but damage could be occurring without any warning sign, until it's too late. 6. So what can you do? If you love cycling, don't give it up entirely, but modify it. Use a wider, gel-padded saddle. Consider reclined stationary bikes and take frequent breaks during rides. Better yet, alternate with walking or water aerobics, both of which offer heart benefits without risking prostate health. Your body doesn't scream for help until it's already under stress. So listen now, before that silent pressure becomes a daily struggle. 7. And if you think that's surprising, wait until you hear about the next common healthy exercise that's damaging your prostate from the inside, every time you lie on the floor to do it. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. Exercise 2. Sit-ups and crunches. For decades, sit-ups and crunches have been praised as the gold standard for a strong core. Many seniors, determined to maintain a fit appearance or support their backs, continue doing them well into their 60s, 70s, even 80s. But here's the truth no one tells you. These exercises, while popular, can quietly and steadily create a storm inside your body, one that puts your prostate directly in harm's way. When you lie on the floor and begin a crunch or sit up, your abdominal muscles contract tightly. This may seem harmless on the surface, but deep within, this motion generates a sharp spike in intra-abdominal pressure. That internal pressure doesn't just stay in your belly, it pushes down on your bladder, your pelvic floor, and, most dangerously, your prostate. The prostate, already vulnerable in older age, becomes the target of that internal force. Over time, the repeated pressure from these exercises can irritate the delicate tissue, compress blood vessels, and trigger chronic inflammation. As the gland swells, you might notice subtle signs at first, like slower urination or the nagging feeling of not emptying your bladder. But those symptoms can quickly spiral into full-blown benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. And once you're there, there's no quick fix. Many men who regularly perform sit-ups also develop tension in the pelvic floor muscles. These muscles wrap around the prostate and support the bladder. When overstrained and overcompressed, they begin to misfire, leading to urgency, leakage, dribbling, or even pain during urination and intimacy. And here's the cruel part. These exercises are often done with the best of intentions, to stay healthy, yet they're undermining one of the most sensitive systems in the male body. Imagine waking up multiple times each night just to pee. Imagine having to map out bathrooms before every trip. Imagine the embarrassment of leaks in public, or the fear that something more serious, even cancer, could be quietly developing. That's the future these exercises could be pushing you toward, silently, rep by rep. But there's hope. There are safer alternatives. Core-friendly exercises like pelvic tilts, standing marches, or water-based workouts that strengthen the midsection without attacking the prostate. And if sit-ups surprised you, you're not going to believe the next one. An exercise that seems heart-healthy on the surface, but shakes your entire pelvic region like a hammer to the foundation. It's one of the most damaging habits older men unknowingly fall into, and we need to talk about it now. Exercise 3. Jumping rope or high-intensity running. It's hard to argue with the benefits of cardio. After all, doctors have been encouraging seniors to keep their hearts healthy by staying active. And for many, that means jogging or even jumping rope as part of a routine. It feels invigorating, youthful, maybe even empowering. But for men over 60, there's a darker side to these exercises, one that rarely gets discussed. And unfortunately, it's your prostate that pays the silent price. You see, exercises like jumping rope and high-intensity running generate powerful, repetitive impact on the pelvic floor. The crucial web of muscles and tissues that cradle your prostate, bladder, and lower abdominal organs. Each time your feet hit the ground, whether it's concrete, treadmill, or pavement, a jarring shockwave travels upward. That force doesn't just dissipate, it reverberates directly into the pelvic cavity, where it slowly wears down the sensitive support structure surrounding your prostate. The body is resilient, but it's not invincible. In younger men, the pelvic floor can often absorb this pounding, but in seniors, where tissue elasticity, blood flow, and muscle tone naturally decline, the impact lands harder, lingers longer, and heals slower. This repeated trauma leads to pelvic tension, inflammation, and swelling, the perfect storm for an enlarged prostate. The warning signs may not scream out at first. Perhaps it's a subtle increase in nighttime bathroom trips, a feeling of urgency that wasn't there before, or discomfort while sitting. But make no mistake, these are early cries for help from your prostate. If ignored, they often evolve into more severe symptoms: weak urine stream, bladder infections, and the painful frustration of never feeling done after urinating. Worse, that chronic pelvic pressure can mimic, or even mask, early signs of prostate cancer, delaying diagnosis until it's far more serious. Think about what that means. An exercise meant to protect your life could slowly be shortening your quality of life instead. But the solution doesn't mean giving up movement, far from it. It means choosing activities that respect your age and your body, like brisk walking on soft ground, swimming, or using elliptical machines that offer cardio without chaos. And if pounding pavement sounds risky, wait until you hear what heavy weight training does, especially exercises that force your core to strain and your abdomen to brace under pressure. The next habit might just be the most dangerous of all for men battling an aging prostate, and most are doing it without even realizing the harm. Exercise 4. Heavy weight lifting deadlifts, deep squats. There's a sense of pride that comes with lifting heavy weights, especially for men who've spent their lives working hard, staying strong, and refusing to let age define them. Lifting a barbell might feel like a bold statement, "I've still got it." But beneath that pride, there may be something else happening, something most men never suspect until it's too late. That barbell isn't just working your muscles, it may be working against your prostate. When you engage in exercises like deadlifts or deep squats, your body instinctively responds by bracing. You hold your breath, tighten your core, and generate intense pressure in your abdomen to stabilize your spine. This maneuver, known as the Valsalva technique, is common in lifting. But here's the danger. The pressure doesn't just stay in your stomach, it pushes downward, directly onto your pelvic organs, including the prostate. In men over 60, the pelvic floor isn't what it used to be. It's weaker, more prone to strain, and far more vulnerable to repeated stress. With each heavy lift, your prostate absorbs some of that force. Blood flow is restricted, nerves become compressed, and inflammation slowly begins to set in. Quietly, persistently. At first, you might just feel tired or notice a little groin tension. Then come the urinary changes. A slower stream, dribbling, maybe waking up at night. These aren't random aging symptoms. They're signs your prostate is under siege. And heavy lifting could be one of the culprits. Worse still, over time that strain can contribute to chronic pelvic tension, trapping muscles around the prostate in a constant state of spasm. This makes urination even harder and creates a vicious cycle of discomfort, urgency, and interrupted sleep. And if you already have an enlarged prostate, even slightly, these exercises can accelerate the problem, leading you toward medication, catheters, or worse. Does this mean you should never lift weights again? Not at all. But the approach must evolve. Trade max effort, lifts for lighter resistance with higher reps. Focus on controlled breathing. Protect your core without punishing your pelvic floor. And here's the part most men never hear. It's not always the movement that causes damage. It's how your body responds to the strain. And speaking of strain, the next habit is one most men don't even recognize because it happens inside the body, not outside. It's a silent mistake made during almost every workout, and it could be the most dangerous one yet. Exercise 5. Breath holding or excessive straining. While exercising. It's the kind of habit no one thinks twice about. In fact, most don't even know they're doing it. You're lifting weights, stretching into a tough yoga pose, or pushing through a final rep. And without realizing it, you hold your breath. Just for a moment. Just to get through it. It feels natural. But what if I told you that this simple act, something you've likely done thousands of times, could be putting your prostate in serious danger? When you hold your breath while exerting yourself, whether lifting, bending, or even getting out of a chair awkwardly, you create a surge of internal pressure. This internal spike is silent, invisible, and often dismissed as part of effort. But physiologically, it's doing something profound. It's forcing pressure downward into your pelvic region, directly onto your bladder, your rectum, and yes, your prostate gland. This pressure may not seem like much at first, but over time, the repeated strain becomes a burden. Your aging pelvic floor and prostate can't handle. The tissues tighten, blood flow slows, the nerves around your prostate become irritated, and suddenly you're feeling symptoms you can't quite explain: urgency, incomplete emptying, pain during urination, or the creeping discomfort of sitting too long. Now imagine this happening day after day. Each small breath hold builds into a pattern, a habit, a slow assault on one of the most delicate glands in your body. The prostate wasn't designed to handle constant internal pounding, especially not in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. And yet, most seniors do this without even knowing it, convinced they're pushing through like they did in their younger years. But your body has changed. What helped you once now hurts you, silently. This kind of straining can also worsen pre-existing benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or pelvic floor dysfunction. It exacerbates inflammation, contributes to urinary retention, and disrupts normal muscle coordination in the lower abdomen. And the scariest part? These issues often mimic the early signs of prostate cancer, delaying diagnosis and creating confusion that can cost you precious time. But here's the good news. Awareness is power. Simply breathing with intention, exhaling during exertion, inhaling during release, can reduce this dangerous pressure, protect your pelvic organs, and preserve your long-term urinary health. Now that you know the truth behind these common exercises, there's just one question left. What changes will you make starting today to give your prostate the peace it desperately needs? Because the damage may be silent, but the decision to heal begins with you. Your health, your peace. Gentle living. As we reach our 60s, 70s, and beyond, the conversation around health changes. It's no longer about pushing harder, lifting heavier, or keeping up with who we used to be. It's about honoring the body that has carried us this far, with wisdom, with care, and with humility. Your prostate may be small, but the impact it has on your daily comfort, your rest, your confidence, and your dignity is enormous. And while some changes in the body are inevitable, many are not. We do have a choice every day in how we treat ourselves. What you've learned here isn't just a list of exercises to avoid. It's a gentle reminder that not all effort is helpful. Sometimes true strength lies in slowing down, in listening, in letting go of habits that no longer serve the life you're living now. There is no shame in adjusting your routine, no weakness in changing course. In fact, it is one of the most courageous things you can do, to say, I deserve to move in a way that heals me, not harms me. Because aging well isn't about defying time, it's about aligning with it. So from this day forward, I invite you to live with intention, to pause before each movement and ask, is this kind to my body? To recognize that good health in your later years comes not from doing more, but from doing what's right for your heart, your joints, your mind, and yes, your prostate. Let go of the noise that tells you to prove something. You've already proven enough. You've lived, worked, raised families, served others. Now it's time to turn that same care inward. If you stop the 5 exercises we talked about, you won't become weaker. You'll grow wiser. You'll give your body space to heal. You'll sleep better, worry less, and maybe, just maybe, you'll feel a little more peace in places that used to ache. Your journey doesn't end at 60. In fact, it can get richer, softer, more meaningful, but only if you allow yourself to live with gentleness and purpose. So take this knowledge and carry it with grace. Share it with someone you care about. Because healing isn't just physical, it's how we choose to walk through the rest of our days. And your next day could be your best one yet. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.